double L. I said so, I keep big bills up in my hood on the dirty like blood. So ain't got no twist in my head, but I'm still dreadful. And I got plenty of bread, so I go to bed full. I'm in it to win it, to win it, I'm all in. I might call you my cuz, your blood, but we ain't kin. You think you're jumping, man, you best think again. The dirty, I'm the type of man that might go broke for revenge. Had some not so nice friends, kick the door off the hinge. Take the door off your bench, pop up my phone and your friends. Man, please, this shit ain't cynical. Me and no subliminal, I'm physical, financial, and mental to be a general. Hey, lil' mama claims she want a slow job. Not the type be in the tank, but in that Rover. Man, please, I'm in the zone like AIDS full blown. I'm killing it like a blind man reading. I'm feeling it like, oh, here comes the, oh, here comes the, oh, here comes the. Y'all don't really want it now. Here comes the, oh, here comes the, oh, here comes the. Y'all don't really want it now.
It's going down. I'm yelling timber. You better move. You better dance. Let's make a night you won't remember. I'll be the one you won't forget. Ooh, Mark my words, this love will make you levitate. Like a bird without a cage. Time to earth, if you choose to walk away, don't walk away. It's in the palm of your hand now, baby. It's a yes or a no, no, maybe. So just be sure before you give it all to me, all to me. Give it all to me. So you wanna play with magic? Boy, you should know what you're falling for. Baby, do you dare to do this? 'Cause I'm coming at you like a dark horse.
Let's go. Ain't no way they can stop me now. Just hacking, so that's three of us now. Me, AI, and Shaqin'. Come and look to the eyes I say of a man with more heart than Hallmark on Valentine's Day. I'm the one that you've been raving about, like Wayne Lewis. I think you ought to go and change your route, 'cause you don't know if I'm blitzing or if I'm sitting there eating, waiting for you to go a trip, drop back and throw up a pick, man. Ain't no way they can know. 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 Ain't no way they can stop me now. Because I'm on my way. I can feel my rain coming. It's the blood of a champion pumping deep inside my veins. Who's right to be running? I'ma get what I can and more. Even if my blood, my sweat, and my tears don't mean nothing. It's the heart of a champion. It's the heart of a. It's the heart of a.
I got that real good, feel good stuff up under the seat of my big black jacked up truck. Rolling on 35s, pretty girl by my side. You got that suntan skirt and boots, waiting on you to look my way and scoot your little hot self over here. Girl, hand me another beer, yeah. All them other boys wanna line you up and take you downtown, but you look like the kind that likes to take it way out. Out where the cornrows roll my boat, floating down the Flint River. Catch us up a little catfish dinner. Gonna sound like a winner when I lay you down and love you right. Yeah, that's my kind of night. Might sit down on my diamond plate tailgate, put in my country ride, hip-hop mixtape. Little Conway and little T-Pain, might just make it rain. You can hang your T-shirt on a limb. Hit that bank and we can ease on in. Soak us up a little moonlight, you know I know what you like, yeah. All them other boys wanna line you up and take you downtown, but you look like the kind that likes to take it way out. Out where the cornrows roll my boat, floating down the Flint River. Catch us up a little catfish dinner. Gonna sound like a winner when I lay you down and love you right. Yeah, that's my kind of night.
I'm friends with the monster, the son of my bed. Get along with the voices inside of my head. You're trying to save me, stop holding your breath. When you think I'm crazy, yeah, you think I'm crazy.
I wanted the fame, but not the cover of Newsweek. Oh well, guess beggars can't be choosy. Wanted to receive attention from my music. Wanted to be left alone in public, excuse me. But wanting my cake and eat it too. And wanting it both ways, fame maybe a balloon. Cause my ego inflated when I flew see, but it was confusing. Cause all I wanted to do is be the Bruce Lee of loosely abused ink. Use it as a tool when I blew steam. Woo! Hit the lottery, ooh wee. But with what I gave up to get was bittersweet. It's like winning and use me. Ironic, cause I think I'm getting so huge I need a shrink. I'm beginning to lose sleep. One sheep, two sheep, going cuckoo and kooky is cool key. But I'm actually weirder than you think. Cause I'm
friends with the monster, the son of my bed. Get along with the voices inside of my head. You're trying to save me, stop holding your breath. And you think I'm crazy, yeah, you think I'm crazy. Well, that's not fair. Well, that's not fair.
No, I ain't much of a poet, but I know somebody once told me to seize the moment and don't squander it. Cause you never know when it all could be over tomorrow, so I keep conjuring. Sometimes I wonder where these thoughts come from.
Yeah, ponder it, do you wonder? No wonder you're losing your mind the way it wanders.
I think you've been wandering off down yonder and stumbled on to Jeff Van Vondren. Cause I need an interventionist to intervene between me and this monster and save me from myself and all this conflict. Cause of everything that I love's killing me and I can't conquer it. My OCD's talking me in the head, keep knocking. Nobody's home, I'm sleepwalking. I'm just relaying what the voice in my head saying. Don't shoot the messenger, I'm just friends with the
monster, the son of my bed. Get along with the voices inside of my head. You're trying to save me, stop holding your breath. And you think I'm crazy, yeah, you think I'm crazy. Well, that's not fair.
Go on today. The past is the past, you know. About the past, cause that was yesterday. It's a new day, bro. I'ma put it on my day. You gotta do it now. Gotta stay on my grind, cause it's my time. My time, my time. If you with me, let me hear you say, this is what we've been waiting for right here, y'all. This is what we've been waiting for. It's my time. Come on. Let's go. The brothers. Guess what time it is? My time. You can check your iPhone. Better say it's our time. I don't even need a watch. I don't even see a clock. Soon as I walk in, it feel like me o'clock. Yeah, me o'clock. Every time my checks, niggas don't measure up and try to blame the Pyrex. I'ma do it bigger than a 5X. Can't ride with a L, so I don't drive Lex. Game so bickery, so full of trickery. Nursery, rhyming, hickory, dickory. Blowing that sour, the hood call it pickery. Biggie, Puffy, Buster, Victory. Ain't worried about the past, cause that was yesterday. I'ma put it on the line, cause it's my time. Gotta stay on my grind, cause it's my time. My time, my time. If you with me, let me hear you say, my life, my life. If you with me, let me hear you say, my life, my life, my life. It's my time.
Return to the Mac. Get up what it is, what it does, what it is, what it isn't. Looking for a better way to get up out of bed instead of getting on the internet and checking a new hit. Me get up. First shot, hip strut walking. A little bit of humble, a little bit of cautious. Somewhere between like Rocky and Cosby's for the game. Nope, nope, y'all can't copy yet. Glad moonwalking, and this here is our party. My posse's been on Broadway, and we did it all way. Chrome music. I shed my skin and put my bones into everything I record to it. And yet I'm on. Let that stage light go and shine on down. Got that Bob Barker suit game and Plinko in my style. Money, stay on my craft and stick around for those pounds. But I do that to pass the torch and put on for my town. since I was 14 with the 4-track bustin'. Halfway across that city with the back crush. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give that to the people, spread it across the country. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give it to the people, spread it across the country.
Here we go back. This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Here we go back. This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us.
So we get it. I'm gonna get it. So we get it.
Good evening. I'll try again. Good evening. That's better. Welcome to the 12th Annual Cardinal M Club Student Athlete Awards Ceremony and SMU Sports Hall of Fame induction. Please join me in welcoming Brother Frank Carr, a member of the St. Mary's University Athletics Advisory Board, to give the invocation. Brother Frank.
Good evening. That's good. Let us remember that we are in the holy presence of God. Loving God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, we thank you for bringing us together as Cardinal athletes, alumni athletes, coaches and athletic administrators, families, and fans to acknowledge your presence here tonight and in our daily lives, whether in the classroom, on the field, or the rink, or the court, or the pool, or the pitch, or the course, or the track, in our families, and in our life away from sports. Thank you for the opportunity to be part of the St. Mary's University community, for the caring friends and mentors who enter our lives here and stick with us in wins and losses, in difficult practices and challenging games, in happy memories, and as unforgettable people. Thank you for helping us to develop our skills and our confidence, to be team players, to be there when our fellow teammates need us, to share in the joy of our successes, and to encourage them when they need us. Thank you, God, for those who love us, those who are there when we need inspiration, a sympathetic ear, a good talking to, a pat on the back, or the gift of their time. Thank you, God, for our ability to show love to other people, for the times when we have encouraged, listened, shared advice, patted another's back, or given our time. Thank you for kind words, for praise, for our talents, for our skills, for learning and teaching, for hope in the future. Thank you for the Lasallian spirit that we learned about and live in our lives at St. Mary's, and we pray that we continue to live when we are away from this campus. Thank you for our faith, the faith that has been nurtured by others and that we share with those who are important in our lives. Thank you, God, for our families and for all those who make our education at St. Mary's the foundation of our future. God, bless this evening of celebration and the M Club weekend of fun and friendship, and bless our athletes, our teams, our coaches, and our alumni during this academic year. We ask this in the name of your Son, Jesus, and his mother Mary, the patroness of this university. Amen. St. John Baptist de La Salle, live Jesus in our hearts.
Thank you, Brother Frank. Well, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Nikki Fennern. I'm very, very proud to be the athletic director here at St. Mary's University of Minnesota. And it's truly a pleasure to be here with you this evening. I look forward to this event each and every year as an outstanding opportunity to honor our successes from last year, induct new members into the St. Mary's Sports Hall of Fame, and most importantly, launch into the next athletic and academic year. Student athletes, this is about you. You are a major focal point at St. Mary's. Think about this. Last year, we hosted over 100 home events on our campus in which nearly 17,000 spectators, including family, faculty, staff, and many Winona community members, supported our teams. We cheered as volleyball, women's basketball, and baseball represented St. Mary's in conference tournaments. We felt a tremendous sense of Cardinal pride as the women's basketball team won the conference championship. This pride was put on great display as this community provided a phenomenal playoff atmosphere for the conference tournament. We then sent that same team to the national basketball tournament with the entire St. Mary's community rooting for them. You, our student athletes, continue to represent us well on the conference, regional, and national stage as you earn some of the highest honors bestowed upon student athletes. And for the second year in a row, we have 2 MIAC Coach of the Year recipients in our midst. Our success and recognition is not only apparent on the field of competition, however. As NCAA Division III student athletes, we know you are defined by much more than your athletic successes. Student athletes, you comprise over 25% of the student population on this campus. As a group, you achieved a collective 3.05 cumulative grade point average in 2013-14. You, our student athletes, were among the academic leaders in student research and scholarly presentations. Behind the scenes, St. Mary's student athletes dedicated 3,500 hours to community service projects. These efforts did not go unnoticed, as you received not 1, but 2 National Community Service Awards for your service last year. We see you, our student athletes, in every facet of this community, as leaders, scholars, contributing members, and dedicated athletes. As you can see, we have a lot to be excited about, but our work isn't done. Together, we strive for bigger and better, to continue to show Cardinal pride through our work ethic and dedication on and off the playing field, a commitment to excellence and knowledge that with tireless work ethic and persistence, we will continue to advance Cardinal athletics and represent St. Mary's University on a national stage. And at this time, it's really my honor and my personal privilege to introduce a man who continually shows his work ethic and dedication and excellence to this institution. He is an amazing supporter for our students and our student athletes, the 13th president of St. Mary's University, Brother William.
So welcome to everyone, and a special word of welcome to parents and guardians and brothers and sisters and grandparents and friends. It was really delightful as we were kind of gathering the opportunity that I had to move through the room, both to meet families and loved ones, but also to spend some time with the student athletes. Special congratulations as we begin tonight to Jen and Kelly and Chris. It's really a great opportunity and an honor for the university to have you back with us as we recognize you as someone fairly significant in this community. It's really my hope, my belief, that the athletes and the coaches and the trainers and the other athletic personnel, that you know how much I value and appreciate what you do. Sincerely, how much I value and appreciate what you do. It's very clear to me how hard so many of you work. Some of it sure is in practice now. But I even see the work of inclusion of a whole new group of St. Mary's students this year. And I know that that's not always easy to let the next layer of people in to what we already have. Knowing that that kind of reshuffles and rearranges how we all fit together. But that's why what we're doing here is not make-believe, neither in the classroom, nor in the residence halls, nor on the teams. That we're really invested, and I see more and more of you as really invested in making sure that these 4 years and that this opportunity helps you to be not only the best, but it helps you to be really good and really prepared to be successful and to do good. MIAC, the conference that we belong to, and all of Division III athletics, is really committed to 4 principles: a quality athletic experience, exemplary academics, student-athlete well-being, and integrity. Now, this is my 7th year, and I really do rely on the student-athletes as my partners, especially in student-athlete well-being and in integrity. You have an enormous influence on this campus. Your families, God, those who've helped you get to this place, have really gifted and blessed you. And I really count on you to be my partners in making sure that this campus is a place not only where people are safe, but where they flourish. Not only where they're doing okay, but where they're really being supported and lifted up to be really good. Why am I emphasizing this well-being and this integrity? Because it's not only on your team that that's the commitment of all of us who belong to Division III and to MIAC, but it's also the commitment of this university that says that our experience is enriched by our Lasallian Catholic heritage, which really means that we're brothers and sisters of one another, that we're blessed, that we're called, that we have a role to play for good in society, and that means respect and inclusion. Like many of you, I suppose, I spent the day hearing stories of Ray Rice or Oscar Pistorius. Gifted, talented, unbelievable athletes in whom something was broken. I was with a benefactor of the university this morning, actually had lunch today, whose father was a professional baseball player, who was at a meal the other day when Alex Rodriguez showed up. And she wanted to know what the drug user was doing in that gathering. People are making judgments because they have very high expectations of athletes. Very high expectations. Because people know that you're gifted folks. And I'm hoping that you're supporting one another with those gifts. in such a way that you really encourage one another to be really good. I was at a meeting yesterday with 17 college presidents where we receive a national report about the whole question of assault. 1 out of 4 or 5 women on college campuses in the United States. And in about 60 or 70% of the cases, there was alcohol involved by one or both parties. This university, your families, one another, we know you're good. We know that you want to be good. We believe that you want to help one another be good. Yes, on the court and on the field, on the ice and on the links. Yes, in practices and in games, but also in life, in classrooms and residence halls, on the Hill and downtown, committed to the core principles of MIAC, our conference, which is known to be one of the best in the country. Quality athletics, exemplary academics, student-athlete well-being, and integrity. St. Mary's University, enriched by our LaSalle Catholic heritage, awakens, nurtures, and empowers learners to ethical lives of service and leadership. And I have seen your goodness. I've seen your goodness. Why am I saying these things? I'm not saying them because I think we have problems. I'm saying them because we can talk about well-being and integrity and think that it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with what's happening with Ray Rice or Oscar Pistorius or Alex Rodriguez or so many other people. But it really is. The world's a better place when we stand up for one another. Some of you probably think I don't have enough to do, and that's why I go to church. When I go to church at noontime, when I go to church on Sunday, the first thing that I do is ask God to help me be the man that I need to be. And sometimes that means I have to ask for God's forgiveness. But I ask for God's help. And the second thing that I do is I pray for each of you, that all of us together are helping you to be the very best people that you can be. And when I go to your games and your contests, I thank God for how many gifts you've all been blessed with, and that I've been blessed to witness you becoming extraordinary young men and women. Because that's what St. Mary's is about. And that's what being a student athlete is about. And with this university, I was absolutely delighted this past year when the women's volleyball and the men's baseball got into the playoffs. I was proud of the women's basketball team and proud of how many of us rallied around them because we saw not only that they were winning, but they were a team of really good people, really engaged and committed to being something special, not just here in this room on the court, but every day in our midst. And so, again, I'm really, really glad to the students that you go to St. Mary's. Because you're here, I choose to be here. I'm grateful to have the parents, the families, the grandparents, the friends, the guardians, because you're going to see some extraordinarily talented and gifted young men and women receive awards tonight. But they're not the only people who deserve congratulations and appreciation and praise. And that's why before I came up here to talk to everybody, I actually tried to walk through the room and say to many of you individually how absolutely delighted this university is. First, that you are here, and two, that you're playing sports on the teams that you're on, because I think they're going to help you really be change agents in the world tomorrow, people that people will be proud of, because you really are people of integrity and commitment and serious engagement. So congratulations and good luck.
Now is when we get to honor those student athletes who have received awards during last academic year. We're here to present the awards to the student athletes are Chris Kendall, our Vice President of Student Life, class of 1975, and Mike Lester, our head volleyball coach and assistant athletic director. As you're called to stage, if I ask each of the student athletes to please approach on your left and remain on stage till the people in your category have all been called forward. We'll begin with the academic all-conference recipients. To be named academic all-conference, a student athlete has to be at least a sophomore, junior, or senior. They have to have a minimum cumulative GPA of a 3.5, and they must meet competitive requirements specific to his or her MIAC sports. We'll begin with the fall sport academic all-conference recipients who are in attendance this evening. Again, please come to stage as I say your name, and we'll hold applause until all are on stage. From men's cross country, Aaron Haley. Also, Gabe Thiel. From women's cross country, Bridget Hayes. Katie Stoles. Kristen Thielen. And Allie Thiel. From men's soccer, Cody Baylaw. And Andrew Jarowski. Joey Petrich. And Michael Tabar. From women's soccer, Caroline Blackwood. Heidi Martin. And finally, from volleyball, Lexi Asimos and Molly Grover. Congratulations to our fall sport academic all-conference student athletes. Our winter sport academic all-conference student athletes. From women's basketball, Bridget Pethke. And Sarah Schoenthaler. From men's hockey, Christian Gaffey. From women's hockey, Mackenzie Klimek. And Heidi Martin. From men's indoor track and field, Philip Emmerich. Aaron Haley. And Brian Ortman. From women's indoor track and field, Bridget Hayes, Katie Stoles, and Allie Thiel. Congratulations to these fine athletes. Finally, we will recognize our Spring Sport Academic All-Conference recipients who are in attendance this evening. From baseball, Willie Dahl. Kevin Miley. And Patrick Regan. From softball, Samantha Borowski. And Kristen Thielen. From men's tennis, Warren Lorenz. From women's tennis, Lindsay Reinisch. And Grace Zachman. From men's outdoor track and field, Aaron Haley. And from women's outdoor track and field, Katie Stoles. Congratulations. The 2013-14 academic year was the inaugural year for the Minnesota Intercollegiate Athletic Conference Elite 22 Award. The MIAC Elite 22 Award recognizes the true essence of the student athlete by honoring the individual who has reached the pinnacle of competition at the conference championship level in his or her sport, while also achieving the highest academic standard among his or her peers. Modeled after the NCAA Elite 89 Award, the MIAC Elite 22 Award is presented to the student athlete with the highest grade point average in each sport who meets similarly high sport-specific athletic requirements. Last fall, Katie Stoles was the inaugural winner of the MIAC Elite 22 Award for women's cross country. Katie was named All-Conference at the MIAC Championships and had the highest GPA of all the All-Conference honorees with a perfect 4.0. Congratulations, Katie. The Minnesota Intercollegiate Athletic Conference and its member institutions are committed to sportsmanship. We take pride in the conduct of our student athletes and coaches and ask that everyone treat opponents, officials, and fans with respect. As part of the MIAC Sportsmanship Initiative, each MIAC sport names an all-sportsmanship team. The following people in attendance this evening were the St. Mary's University representatives on their respective MIAC all-sportsmanship teams. Please come to stage as I call your name. From men's soccer, Joey Petrich. Taylor McVeigh, volleyball. Connor Brandt, men's golf. Jenny Marks, women's golf. Darcy Rice, women's basketball. Aaron Haley, men's indoor track and field. Laura Schomer, women's indoor track and field. Samantha Borowski, softball. Grace Zachman, women's tennis. Warren Lorenz, men's tennis. And Maya Booker, women's outdoor track and field. Congratulations. Throughout the course of each season, the Minnesota Intercollegiate Athletic Conference recognizes athletes of the week in each sport. St. Mary's University had 11 MIAC Athlete of the Week honors for the 2013-14 season. 6 of our honorees are with us this evening. Please come to stage to receive your certificate. Lexia Simos, volleyball. Alex Peterson, volleyball. Shelby Oseth, women's basketball. Courtney Early, women's basketball. Courtney was named MIAC Player of the Week 3 times. Kathy Opsall, softball. Kevin Miley, baseball. Congratulations. Fifteen of our student athletes were named honorable mention all conference by the MIAC. The 13 who are with us this evening are as follows. Please come to stage. Fernando Camacho, men's soccer. Also for men's soccer, Zach Palma. Caroline Blackwood, women's soccer. Emma Schaefer, women's soccer. Shelby Oseth, women's basketball. Darcy Rice, women's basketball. Will Swigum, men's basketball. Bob Marks, men's hockey. Also from men's hockey, Bobby Thompson. Ashley Betzold, softball. Kathy Opsall, softball. Alex Rasky, softball. Maya Booker, women's outdoor track and field. Let's give them a round of applause. Next, we'll announce our MIAC All-Conference student athletes. From men's cross country, Aaron Haley. From women's cross country, Katie Stoles. From volleyball, Lexi Asimos. Also from volleyball, Alex Peterson. From women's hockey, Mackie Fadness. Also from women's hockey, Brianna Peterson. From women's basketball, Courtney Early. And Bridget Pethke. From softball, Kristen Thielen. From baseball, Willie Dahl. Ben Johnson. John Schlemmer. And Taylor Thelman. And from women's outdoor track and field, Katie Stoles. Come on back. Let's give them a round of applause. The Minnesota Intercollegiate Athletic Conference bestows special recognition on student athletes in a wide variety of categories. Last year, the baseball and women's basketball teams were blessed to be honored with several of these awards. So before they sit down, I'm going to ask Courtney Early and Bridget Pethke to come back as members of the women's basketball all-defensive team. Also, Emma Schaefer, named to the women's basketball all-first-year team. Members of the baseball all-defensive team were David Barry, Willie Dahl, and Steph Scatassa. Ben Berkeley was also honored as the top newcomer on the MIAC baseball scene when he was named MIAC Rookie of the Year. Among this group, we are also very pleased to have the student athlete who is deemed to be the best in the league in her sport. Courtney Early was honored by the MIAC women's basketball coaches as the MIAC Player of the Year in women's basketball. Congratulations. Go ahead. Great teams and great student athletes achieve their success due to hard work and dedication to their sport and their work ethic in and out of season. Behind the scenes, coaches are working 12 months a year and long hours, both during the season and off-season, to help their teams succeed. St. Mary's University is grateful to all of its coaches for their commitment. We are also proud that 2 of our coaches were recognized by their peers as MIAC Coach of the Year. Coach Mandy Pearson, in her 7th year as the head women's basketball coach, has garnered her 2nd consecutive Coach of the Year honor after guiding the Cardinals to an MIAC championship and a national tournament appearance. Coach Nick Winicky, in his 6th year as the head baseball coach, received his first MIAC Coach of the Year award after guiding the Cardinals to their 3rd consecutive postseason appearance. Congratulations to these coaches, their staffs, and their teams. Go ahead. Our next awards are the All-Region Awards. 4 student athletes earned All-Region last year. Aaron Haley in men's cross country. Katie Stoles in women's cross country. Courtney Early, women's basketball. And Ben Berkeley, baseball. Congratulations on this great recognition. At this ceremony, we have always honored our national tournament participants. This year, we are proud to honor our women's basketball team for their MIAC championship and their appearance in the NCAA Division III National Tournament. The team achieved a school record-tying 24 wins and won its third MIAC title in program history, making it only one of 5 women's basketball programs who have won 3 or more MIAC titles. At this time, we recognize the team by bringing them to stage and giving them their national tournament participant certificates. Please come to stage as I call your name and remain on stage. Managers, Natalie Williams and Andrew Lee. Emma Schaefer. Bridget Audette. Kaylee Klons. Jesse Matthews. Sam Jones. Bridget Pethke. Haley Trom. Michaela Meredith. Shelby Osseth. Natalie Larson. Sarah Schoenthaler. Octavia Brown. And seniors Darcy Rice and Courtney Early. Coaching staff with Brett Basie, Jenna Freudenberg, and Mandy Pearson. Let's give them a round of applause. Stay right here. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. We have more. So a little known fact about the season is that when the team officially won the conference regular season title, we were unable to give them their actual championship trophy. In truly gracious form, this trophy wasn't delivered because there was a snowstorm and they couldn't get it down here on time, so we were all ready to do that. But in truly gracious form, the team accepted a replica trophy, actually a volleyball trophy, to raise high above their heads and celebrate. However, at this time, I am happy to ask last year's captains to please come forward and accept your real conference championship plaque. And while we have the entire women's basketball team on stage, we'd like to bestow one more individual award from 2013-14. Courtney Early earned All-American honors after an outstanding senior season. Courtney continually deflected her individual honors, stating that individual awards are only possible because of the team. Therefore, it is only fitting to present her All-American award to not only her, but to the entire women's basketball program. Congratulations, Courtney, and the entire women's basketball team on a great season. What a great group of athletes, and I think we have some who have definitely gotten their workout in for the evening. So coaches, be easy on them tomorrow. We're very, very proud, as I stated, of all of our student athletes, and we appreciate all that each and every one of you do for St. Mary's University. So I'd ask us all to give all of our student athletes just one more round of applause. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce to you the president of the St. Mary's University Alumni Board of Directors and a member of the class of 1983, Henry Jacobsey.
Well, that's a hard act to follow. Thank you. On behalf of the St. Mary's University Alumni Association and its Board of Directors, we would like to congratulate our current SMU students and the class of 2014 athletes on their many successes. We are indeed proud of each of your accomplishments. We would like to extend special congratulations to our honored alumni and their families who are with us this evening. We sincerely welcome you back to your alma mater. It is indeed wonderful to have each of you here during our annual Cardinal M Club weekend. As you have excelled in your particular sport at St. Mary's, we are also proud of what you've accomplished after St. Mary's within your careers, your families, and your communities. So enjoy the weekend, and congratulations to all those honored from the St. Mary's Alumni Association. Thank you.
A much anticipated part of the Cardinal M Club Awards ceremony is the induction of new members into the St. Mary's University Sports Hall of Fame. The Sports Hall of Fame recognizes those individuals who have coached or performed as varsity athletes for the university and have brought honor to themselves and St. Mary's. I ask Brother William to please return to stage to present the plaques to the Hall of Fame inductees. And it's also my honor to introduce Coach John Cheetah to stage. Coach Cheetah has a busy night ahead of him as he inducts all three of our new members into the St. Mary's Sports Hall of Fame. Coach Cheetah is a 1990 graduate of St. Mary's University, where he was a 4-year member of the baseball team. He went on to be an assistant baseball coach and then the head softball coach for 6 years at St. Mary's. Regarded as one of the best softball coaches in the country, Coach Cheetah has led 3 teams to national championships, including the St. Mary's University Softball National Championship in 2000. One of only 4 people in history to be inducted into the St. Mary's Sports Hall of Fame not once, but twice, he has also been named the National Fast Pitch Coaches Association Division III Coach of the Year 2 times. We are proud of the accomplishments of this outstanding alumnus. Please join me in welcoming him home to St. Mary's University.
Thank you. All 3 Hall of Famers, it's neat to have contact with such great people, great athletes. But number one, all 3 were relentless. They had great pride in their academics. I think all of them, if not all of them, most of them were academic All-Americans. They had great pride in their athletics, of course. But what was really neat as I started to think about the 3 athletes is that when we would go on trips, we would go to, especially on spring trips, you go to Mass on Sundays, and all 3 of them would attend all the Masses every year that they were here. So very spiritual people, real proud to be part of a Catholic university and to be Hall of Fame members. All 3 are very sincere people. All 3 are extremely caring and very giving to this day to their communities. And all 3 are extremely humble, which is pretty rare for that type of group to have all those things, the epitome of a student athlete. My high school coach was asked the question, do you play favorites? Oh boy. And he says, yes. And my favorites are the ones who come early, stay late, the ones who are 4.0s or nearly 4.0s. They have a love of the game and a passion for the game, and they're good people on and off the field. All 3 of these inductees match that perfectly, so they're coach's favorites. When I first got a call from Jen Meyer, she was a little worried because she's pregnant. She's worried about how she looks. And I said, don't worry, I'm going to beat you. And the goal for me is to let go of the baby before she does. Jen Meyer had put parentheses, the athlete. Phenomenal athlete. The high school coach called me back when she was in high school. Says, Coach, I got the best athlete that's ever been in our school, male or female. I went to watch her. It's the worst mechanics I've ever seen. But a phenomenal athlete. They call her crazy, and I don't know if it's because her legs flying all over her mechanics, her skills are crazy, or her personality. I'm not sure which one fit most. She has a great personality, a humble person, very confident but sincere, funny even when not trying. I had her grab the flagpole from center field at that time, or the flag. She grabbed the entire flagpole and brought it in. Thanks, Jen. She's the most energetic person I've come across in softball. Constant energy. She's the one who started a tradition of jumping before the game, doing her plyometrics. A 3-time All-American. She's the fastest kid I've ever had. She's jumped the longest I've ever seen any of our softball players I've ever had. She's a complete 5-tool player. She is by far the best athlete I've ever coached. I've coached a lot of good ones, but by far the best athlete I've ever coached. And I say that to this day. She's acrobatic catches in the outfield. She hurt her back as a junior after being a 2-time All-American and lost her speed. She's about the 5th fastest on the team. Before she's all said and done, she's again one of the fastest in the nation. So not only is she a great athlete, but a great person. I had a chance to work with Arizona, University of Arizona and Fresno State, both national champions, after we had worked with Jen Meyer. And after working with them for a week, I could tell you Jen Meyer would start for those 2 top teams in the nation. That's how good of an athlete she was. So if you could please join me in welcoming Jennifer Meyer Fisher to St. Mary's Hall of Fame. Come on up, Jen.
Wow, Cheetah. So apparently you made me sound really good. I don't remember all that when I was here, but that's great. As he said, my name is Jennifer Fisher, formerly Meyer, and otherwise known as Crazy. There were a few other stories that went along with that, but let's just go with the whole crazy legs thing. I'm humbled to be here in the company of such great athletes. Kelly and Chris, you were amazing athletes from all I've read and heard, and you certainly deserve this. And I didn't have the privilege of playing with you, Kelly, but let me tell you, we knew all about you. Coach Cheetah would always say, Kelly King was so determined. Kelly King was a bulldog on the mound. Nobody could hit Kelly King's rise ball. And after a while, we would roll our eyes when another Kelly King story was coming up. But seriously, you really did put St. Mary's on the map, so thank you for that. And I want to make sure I thank my parents. With a brother in college, they were kind of hoping that I would pick a state school to make it a little more financially easy on us. But as they know, I wasn't an easy child, and I was determined to attend school here, and they made it possible. So thank you. And in attending this school, I realized I made a great decision. Teachers, faculty, staff, and students were so supportive of us as student athletes and of the softball team. And it was wonderful to be in a place where you were looked upon so highly. So thank you to all of those here that saw me worthy of this great honor. Now, I had the privilege of playing for 2 great coaches, Coach Cheetah and Coach Fennern. And let me tell you, the time and sacrifices they made to me as a player was amazing. And what they would actually make hourly, I don't even know. It would probably be pennies. And so it's just awesome that they were able to put forth that much effort to help us. And that attitude and hardworking mentality is what I learned from them and has carried with me throughout my life. And I believe that a team is a reflection of their coach, and you both were great leaders. So thank you for putting up with me. Like he said, I was a little unique in a lot of ways. And for any current athletes here, your teammates are a huge factor in making you good versus making you great. My former teammates, some of whom are in the Hall of Fame now, like Jill Hocking or Tisha Smith, were just amazing to play with. They gave 110% day in and day out, and you had no choice but to rise up to that. And not only that, other teammates who weren't starters or weren't even playing a lot, on a daily basis when we would do hitting drills or fielding practice, would tell me what I was doing wrong, help me fix what I needed to fix. And that's what a teammate should do. And when we won the national championship, I can honestly say that everyone on the team played a role. There was a feeling of relief that day that all those hours, Tita, thanks, of all those hours of practice and all that time went to achieving something great. That to me is what a team is. Now, I also want to thank my Aunt Ruthie, who actually passed away just about a month ago. She played softball before it was popular. She played fast pitch over 40 years ago. And she was an amazing shortstop. Now, when I was about 11, she gave me her softball glove for my birthday. She told me, always keep it oiled, always have a ball in it, always wrap it up to maintain its shape. I used this glove from then on, through high school, through college, even after coaching and playing. And every time I would see her, she would say, Jen, are you taking care of that glove? And before she died, I was actually able to tell her, I still have that glove. It is still in great shape. It is still oiled. It is still have a ball in it, wrapped up, ready for the next generation. And as you can see, is not that long away. And I'd like to leave just kind of a piece of advice to all those current athletes here. She would always say to me, Jen, that glove doesn't miss much. And if it does, you just need to work harder. Thanks again for this great honor. I am truly humbled.
And just a side note, Jennifer Meyer struck out her first bat against Jill Hockin in fall ball. After striking out, she went behind the backstop and started swinging with a snarl on her face. And I just happened to be sitting next to a sports agent, and while our practice was going on, I said, mark my words, that kid's going to be great. And she was. A great job, Jen. Our next great one was Kelly King. The title of her story, I'd say, would be Worst to First. Pretty amazing story. 1994, the team goal, get this, baseball and softball, the team goal was to average 2 strikeouts a game. Pitching staff, 2 strikeouts a game. I had to reread that. 2 strikeouts a game they wanted to get. The worst pitcher on that staff was Kelly King. You're killing me, Kelly. Kelly could hit every single corner as a pitcher of the backstop. Melanie Audette is over there. Melanie Audette was taking hits. Kelly was getting her practice in. We were using hard balls back then. Now we use softies because of Kelly. She plunked Melanie Audette for about the 10th time out of about 24 pitches, and they were good friends, by the way. Melly came sprinting at her with a bat, and Kelly came sprinting at me for protection. She's at St. Olaf, we were facing, and they were kind of rubbing it in. They were beating us pretty good at that time, that first year. And I thought, well, you know what? Kelly doesn't throw strikes very well. Let's put Kelly in. She throws hard and is a little wild. So worst to first, how do you motivate yourself? In her goal sheets, by the way, when you were a sophomore, I saved your goal sheets. And how do you motivate yourself? By knowing I'll be a better softball player and a better person. What position do you play? First base and outfield. She's a pitcher, by the way, first team All-American pitcher. Where in the lineup do you feel you're best at? Oh, 7th maybe. What's your biggest fear? Not reaching my full potential. She was relentless. She broke her couch in her bedroom. And she came by and she said, Cheetah, you owe me a couch. She's dreaming about how to push off better. She pushed off all right. She broke her couch while she was trying to sleep. She pulled in second inning. I pulled her in the second inning against Concordia. And when I pulled her, she went right to the bullpen and screamed at her catcher, Trish, get your butt over here. She sprinted over the bullpen and threw for the whole game, and then came in and mowed them down the second game. Just relentless, tough kid. Central College playoffs, she was jumping a little bit illegal. The coach was yelling at her. She'd look over, snarl, and jump higher and harder and kind of smile at him. She had a little orneriness to her. She's very humble. She'd be in the middle of a no-hitter. I'd pull her, and she wouldn't say a word. She's very much a team player, wanted her teammates to get innings. Her mentor was Tisha Smith, who went on to be one of our best pitchers on a national championship. She had inner pride, a desire, a love of the game, and she was a first-team All-American. Opponents hit $150 against her. She had 39 scoreless consecutive innings in a row at one point. She was a dominator. She's a legend. Every team, as Jen said, has heard a lot about her. They get disgusted. They hear their stories all the time. Huge success story, being worst to first, and now Kelly King. I'd like for everybody to join and welcome you to the St. Mary's Hall of Fame.
Brother William, members of the M Club and Alumni Association, Nikki, Donnie, Carolyn, thank you for taking time and working so very hard to make this evening so very special for former and current Cardinal athletes. Thank you to Todd and my kids, my family, teammates, and friends for taking time out of your busy lives to celebrate with us tonight. I am extremely honored to have been given the opportunity to have played ball here at St. Mary's and to be recognized tonight for those accomplishments. However, anyone who has played a team sport knows that the success of one is the result of countless hours of work and dedication by many. Whether coaches, teammates, training staff, or parents, all of us in this room tonight share one another's success. To my parents, I am thankful for the countless sacrifices you made just to get me here. Softball was just a bonus. You have always supported me, no matter if I was the one jogging down the sidelines in order to stay warm or getting the opportunity to play in the field. But all of our parents from our Cardinal team supported each of us as their own. Some would drive, some flew. Others would even check themselves out of the hospital, walk over to the ball field, and then check themselves back in. And no matter where they are now, they would be proud of who we have become. To my coaches, Deb Stewart was the coach here at St. Mary's College when I was a freshman. I'm thankful that she saw potential in me and gave me a chance to just be on the team. And then there was Cheetah. You came to us with a new way of doing things. You remained patient with us and now have influenced thousands of athletes, whether directly or indirectly. Thank you for all your dedication in making all of us better. There are two groups of athletes here tonight. The first group, it is good to be you. You are the starters. You are the ones that everybody on campus knows. Professors ask you about the ball games and what's going to happen as the season moves along. Enjoy the ride because it's fast and it's short. If you've earned it, walk out on that field with a little swagger and a lot of confidence. And if you haven't earned it yet, just walk out with a lot of confidence. Play as though you are the best. Practice as though you are the worst. Because there's another group of athletes here tonight, and they are waiting. They're supporting you, and they are your teammates, but they are waiting for their opportunity. The second group is the most near and dear to my heart. You are the subs or the second stringers. I have literally sat where you sit, and I know it's tough. Never underestimate your value or importance to the success of your team, because you are the fire that burns hot, that moves the team forward. Your sacrifice is the greatest because it's all for an unknown. You work for that one shot, that one opportunity. Prepare, be ready. And when it comes, know that you've done all you could and leave it out on the court, the rink, or the field. Seize your moment and hold on tight because your ride will even be shorter and faster. And your teammates, they'll be there to cheer you on because you've earned your time, just as my teammates did for me. I stand here not because of what I did, but because I was part of a group of great ball players and, more importantly, great people. It seems funny to stand up here by myself because nothing I did was ever by myself. We were always a team. Tara, Melanie, Carolyn, Melissa, Meg was our sixth man without a uniform. We were the Fab Five. Where one of us was, one of the others of us was not far behind. All of my teammates during my time here at St. Mary's worked and struggled to become better athletes and people. To describe our team is tough to do. So in order to describe us, we need to look way back to our LaSallian courses, the program that was taught by the Springs. We read a lot of books by the great thinkers, some of which I didn't really understand. But we did study a lot with Euclid, and he described circles with a notion that the sum of its parts is greater than the whole. That's us. The sum of us as individual players is greater than the whole. Pretty deep thinking for a short time, but it will have to do. We come together to celebrate the highs, and we come together to support one another during the tough times. Todd and I have two really good kids. We've laughed and talked a lot about this night. In fact, we've even played the Hall of Fame song as we drive to school in the morning with new words. Elliot made a Hall of Fame ball and put it on my desk. Briar was out on the riding lawnmower one night, and we couldn't figure out why the blades kept going on and off, on and off. He was mowing HOF in the yard. You are surrounded by some of the best ball players that I know, but more importantly, some of the best people. No matter what you do in your life, your dad and I hope that you are surrounded by good people that want the very best for you, just like I was here. Thank you for this recognition. I am deeply honored to be here tonight with all of you and to be part of this St. Mary's family.
And I don't know if I mentioned she averaged approximately 13.5 strikeouts a game, and she did it in a way that she could have racked up a bunch more, but I'd always pull her because we wanted some of the other teammates to have the opportunity. So sure, numbers could have even been better. So great job, Kelly. As I look around, I was watching Brother talking, Brother Francis, Brother Frank, looking around at all the role models I had when I was a student. There's a lot of coaches, teachers, administrators that were here, very influential. A lot of them don't even know it, but they're huge influential people. The parents, all three sets of Hall of Famers, their parents are outstanding people, great parents, people you'd love to have as parents of your athletes. And to kind of go with that, I think Ed Service would have loved to have been here. He's the former head coach, baseball coach. I was the assistant coach there. His daughter's having a baby, but I know the impact Ed Service had on myself had the same type of impact that he had on Chris Gogaleski. I would call Chris, his story is the professional. And the reason I say the professional is just how he conducted himself. I believe he's the highest draft choice ever at St. Mary's history. Mark Service was drafted in the 15th round, and I think Chris was also. If you could stand up, if you are related to somebody who played a professional sport, if you could stand up, please. Anybody who has a professional athlete as a relative. Chris, I'd like you to look around, and you could see what you did is extremely rare, and I want you to be real proud of the fact that you had the opportunity to play professionally, and the fact that extremely rare to do that, and then go in the Hall of Fame. Before I was asked to speak for Chris, he talked to Ed Service, and Ed says, geez, he's not real high on it, he's kind of down, feels like he's not deserving, and Chris is very deserving. It's unbelievable how talented he was, But what's really cool is how he conducted himself. All the people that want to play pro baseball in the entire country, he was one of the few that got that opportunity. How many people have led their team to the NCAA regional finals? He got a chance. He was our ace pitcher, got to go ahead against Oshkosh's home team, pitched phenomenally against one of the best offensive teams in the history of Division III softball. Yeah, they believe it was either 4-0 or 5-0 we lost, but he kept us in a game against the most dominating team. And that team went on to win the World Series. So Chris was our go-to pitcher. For his last 2 years, he was dominating. Anybody here, any baseball players here would like to end their career after 4 years of pitching and only have 3 losses? I think every single pitcher here would love to have that. He was 19-3, average a strikeout per inning, and his senior year he was second in the conference in strikeouts when we had some great pitching back then. Why was he great? Chris prepared himself like a professional from a freshman year all the way through his senior year. He had phenomenal desire. He had poise. I think he learned that from his father, playing professional baseball at the major league level. He was tall. To me, he was like 8 feet tall. I'm 5'7". Extremely intense competitor. As a freshman, he would challenge you. In practice, he was your Michael Jordan, bring it on. So he had that competitive attitude. He was a great teammate. Now he's a great educator. He's a great husband, from what I hear. Great father. And extremely loyal. He's been coaching where he's at for 18 years and teaching where he's at. And so the worst part about Chris, I think, is that when he was in practice, he stunk a lot. Smelling the wool sleeves that we had to wear every single day without being laundered. So here's to a stand-up guy, St. Mary's newest Hall of Famer. Please welcome me and join Chris Gogaleski. Go.
I feel a little out of place because I guess I didn't hug John in front of everybody, but can leave that for his softball girls. It is a tremendous honor being up here, and I think Carolyn and Coach Winicky, they contacted me and kept in contact all in all. The Cardinal M Club, the Alumni Club, everybody that just wraps their arms around us alum and welcomes us back. Coming back here, the place looks completely different, but the nice thing is that the first drive is the athletic field, and that's a memory that I have that will last forever. Carolyn kept in contact with me as if she was my mother. Are you doing okay? Is there anything you need? What size shirt do you wear? I was waiting to see if she wanted to press my shirt. She was there at all times. It was great just having that constant contact, knowing that you're welcome back in. When I got the call, last year was my first year coaching in Austin as the head baseball coach. We had just pulled in from a road trip up against Faribault, and there was a message from my daughter that said, "Dad, you have to call this guy from St. Mary's immediately. It's really important, and I'm nervous." I don't know why she's nervous. She has nothing to do with it. But so I'm on the bus, and I see this message, and I wait, and I get home, and I sit in my truck, and I'm like, oh. And I don't remember what happened in the game that night. So I call Coach, and I'm like, "This is Chris Gogaleski. What can I do for you?" And he made the announcement that we're inducting you into the Hall of Fame. And I think there was an extended period of silence. So to break that silence, really? You are? Because I hadn't thought about it. There's so much focus on the 2 beautiful children that I have sitting in front of me and my beautiful wife, and just creating the atmosphere that we have over in Austin, that I, again, didn't think about that stuff. And when it comes to mind, and you have time to think about it, it's amazing the flood of memories that can come just rushing in almost overwhelmingly. I don't even remember what I did when I got home, if I talked to them, if I even said hello to them. I might have gotten something to eat out of the refrigerator, I don't remember. But just the fact that those words, Hall of Fame, come echoed with your name attached to it. And as I look out and I look at all the athletes that came up here today, there's going to be HOF after several of your names too. And to think about the feeling that we have as we're up here is just going to continue to relay onto you guys, and to see the success that you're going to be having is just tremendously encouraging. As I had time to think about this, I couldn't help but just hear all the names of what our teammates were. I stand up here and I can picture in my mind Chad Whitty, Kevin Henthorne, Marcus Smith, Kevin Sealander, Tim Ulatowski, Dave Odlog, Joe McCormick, Jeff Thompson, who wouldn't stop yelling from the outfield. Go, 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 come on, go, go. I mean, there was actually times I'd step off the rubber as if it was an audience of one out in right field. So I had, a supporter, which was good. It was nice to have. But as you heard from our other two great Hall of Fame inductees, the echoing message tonight is not of us individuals. It's of your team. Because I didn't do anything in particular above and beyond. John had great words that Coach wanted you guys to hear. But I wouldn't have been able to do any of that if it weren't for Tim behind the plate, yelling "attaboy" even before the ball was released from my hand. There were times where we just knew we were in connection with each other. We're going to get somebody out, and this is the guy we need to get out. And I remember being in full windup, the ball still in my hand, and there's "attaboy," and I haven't even released it. I remember Chad Whitty, my third baseman, every time jogging up, underhand the ball to me for whatever reason. Strikeout, triple, if I happen to give one up, which I did. But just having all of those guys behind us and knowing that all I had to do was my job to throw that ball, and there were 7 other guys behind me completing the task. So you see me standing up here, but I see my entire team. I see the 1993 St. Mary's Cardinals baseball team being honored because of what they did together. And I think that's a lost art these days. I coach at the high school level over in Austin. This was my second year this spring. Last year was my first year. We lost a game. We lost 14 of them last year. And I remember hearing an athlete say, I had a good day. 3 for 4, and I didn't strike out. And a senior walked up to him and said, "Are you kidding me? We just lost." And that huddle was dead silent. Because that one individual forgot why he's on that field. For the love of the sport, but for the unity of that team. So athletes, as I look out to you tonight, I want to charge you with something and challenge you. Do what you can and do what you have to make your team great. Put yourself and your desires aside to make your team successful. Because as a part of a winning team, you will be successful and you will be great. There's been words talked about tonight. Integrity, honor. Use those as the backbone, not only in your athletic prowess, but in your educational career and when your time is done here at St. Mary's. Live your life with honor and integrity. Honor is great. Integrity is knowing that you're doing the right thing, even when nobody's watching. So as I stand up here, looking at all of you, wishing that maybe John was taller, a little bit skinnier. He was different back in those days. I was hoping maybe he'd have some fairy dust that could take me back to 1991, 92, 93, and 94. Standing up here, thinking about what's out there and what's in front of us makes me want to be you again. I'm 42 years old, and I badly, badly, badly want to put on that smelly wool uniform. I want to come in here at 10 o'clock at night to practice. I want to put my Sorelli boots on and run outside in 18 inches of snow. Because the experience you have here at St. Mary's, the 4 quick years, and man, they're fast, need to be absorbed into your memories, need to be etched in your lives. And I beg you, don't ever forget what you've got in front of you. Play with heart, play with soul, and honor your team. Thank you.
Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Kelly, and thank you, Chris. Student athletes, I hope that you really took to heart their words. What a phenomenal messages from each of them. And I thank you for being here, and thank you for your messages and for your time and what you have done to pave the way for our current student athletes. So thank you. We're down to our last 4 awards, and they're big ones. Each year, we recognize a combination of academic and athletic excellence by awarding a male and a female Scholar Athlete of the Year. A couple of requirements. The recipient has to be at least a junior and is chosen based on cumulative grade point average and they're having a significant contribution to their sport. At this time, I would ask Professor Dean Beckman to join me on stage to present the awards to our Scholar Athletes. Professor Beckman is an Associate Professor of Communications at St. Mary's, and he serves as our Faculty Athletics Representative. He'll also be joined again by Chris Kendall. We'll start with our female Scholar Athlete, and I don't think this one's a surprise. Our female Scholar Athlete is Casey Stoles of the cross country and track and field teams. A little bit about Katie, as if you haven't heard enough about her already. She's a junior she was last year a junior biology major, as I stated, with a perfect 4.0 grade point average. She broke the school record in the 6K twice during the cross-country season while earning all MIAC honors with her 11th place finish at the conference championships. She went on to earn all region honors at the NCAA Central Region with her 23rd place finish. She shattered the school's steeplechase record 3 times. Last year while setting a new school mark in the indoor 5,000. She earned all MIAC honors in outdoor track and field, finishing 3rd in the steeplechase at the MIAC championships. And as we noted before, she's the inaugural winner of the MIAC Elite 22 Award in women's cross country. Congratulations, Katie. And our male Scholar Athlete, also from cross country and track and field, is Aaron Haley. Aaron is an accounting and finance major with a 3.97 grade point average. I want to know what professor didn't give him an A. Haley finished his junior season as the Cardinal's top runner in all 6 cross-country events he competed in. He saved his best for last, repeating as an all-MIAC selection with a school record 8K time to place 13th overall at the MIAC championships. He also added a 35th place effort at the NCAA regionals to earn all region honors. During the outdoor track and field season, the junior etched his name in the Cardinal record books, shattering the school mark in the 10,000. Congratulations, Aaron. Our final awards of the evening are the male and female outstanding student athletes. These awards are the most prestigious awards given to current student athletes in the St. Mary's University Athletic Department. At this time, I ask you to please direct your attention to the screen as we take a look at our finalists for the female outstanding student athlete.
Let's meet the 5 finalists for the St. Mary's University Outstanding Female Athlete. Lexi Asimos, volleyball. Asimos made the most of her final season in a Cardinal uniform, helping guide St. Mary's to its first MIAC postseason tournament appearance since 2010, and the second most wins in school history. The senior setter, who was named first team All-MIAC for the second year in a row, was also leading all conference setters in assists, kills, and digs. Closed out her final year with a single-season career high 1,197 assists. She posted 1,000 or more assists twice in her 4-year collegiate career and ranks number 2 all-time with 3,263 career assists. Courtney Early, basketball. Early's final season in a Cardinal uniform was her best yet, as the senior post helped guide St. Mary's to an MIAC regular season title and its first NCAA tournament appearance in nearly 3 decades. Early, who led the team in both scoring and rebounding, including 6 games of 20 or more points and 5 double-doubles, was showered with postseason accolades, including MIAC Player of the Year, First Team All-MIAC, MIAC All-Defensive Team, D3Hoops.com All-West Region, and D3Hoops.com Honorable Mention All-American. Mackie Fadness, hockey and volleyball. There was no sophomore slump for this Cardinal dual sport athlete, as Fadness earned her second straight first-team All-MIAC honor for the St. Mary's women's hockey team, while also making her presence felt on the court as a member of the Cardinal volleyball team. Fadness played in all 24 games for the St. Mary's women's hockey team, compiling 4 goals and 2 assists for 6 points. While on the volleyball court, she posted 129 kills, 31 digs, and 23 blocks in helping the Cardinals reach the semifinals of the MIAC postseason tournament. Bridget Pefke, basketball. Pefke's second season as the starting point guard for the Cardinal women's basketball team was a memorable one, as she helped guide St. Mary's to an MIAC regular season title and its first NCAA tournament appearance in nearly 3 decades. A first-team All-MIAC and MIAC All-Defensive Team selection, Pefke averaged 10.6 points per game, while also dishing out a single-season career-high 128 assists, including a career-best 8 in SMU's regular season finale against Augsburg. Katie Stoles, cross-country and track and field. Stoles' junior year as a member of the St. Mary's cross-country and track and field team was one for the record books, literally. Stoles broke the school record in the 6K twice during the cross-country season, while shattering the school's steeplechase record 3 times and setting a new school mark in the indoor 5,000. Earning first-team All-MIAC honors in both cross-country and outdoor track and field, Stoles was also honored with the MIAC's Elite 22 Award, honoring individuals who have reached the pinnacle of competition at the conference championship level, while also achieving the highest academic standard among his or her peers.
Please join me in congratulating all of our finalists for the Female Outstanding Student Athlete. The Outstanding Female Athlete for 2013-14 is Courtney Early from women's basketball. Congratulations, Courtney. Again, please direct your attention to the screen as we look at the finalists for our male Outstanding Student Athlete.
Let's meet the 5 finalists for the St. Mary's University Outstanding Male Athlete. Ben Berkeley, baseball. Talk about taking the collegiate baseball world by storm. Berkeley turned more than a few heads during his first year as a member of the Cardinal baseball team. Berkeley boasted a team-best .405 batting average, while also leading or sharing the team lead in runs, hits, home runs, runs batted in, slugging percentage, and on-base percentage, en route to earning MIAC Rookie of the Year and ABCA third-team All-Region honors. The freshman outfielder had at least 1 hit in 36 of the 40 games he played in, and reached base safely in 39 of 40 contests. Willie Dahl, baseball. Dahl enjoyed a banner freshman campaign in 2013, but that was nothing compared to the encore performance in 2014. The sophomore outfielder finished second to teammate Ben Berkeley with a .349 batting average, while leading the Cardinals in at-bats, doubles, triples, total bases, and stolen bases in earning first-team All-MIAC honors. Dahl's 23 stolen bases and 169 at-bats were single-season school records, while his 17 doubles were tied for the single-season mark. Aaron Haley, cross-country and track and field. Haley just keeps getting better year after year, and his junior year as a member of the St. Mary's cross-country and track and field teams was no exception. Finishing as the Cardinals' top runner in all 6 events he competed in, Haley saved his best for last, repeating as an All-MIAC selection with a school record 8K time to place 13th overall at the MIAC Championships, before adding a 35th place finish to earn all-region honors at the NCAA Central Region. During the outdoor track and field season, the junior etched his name into the Cardinal record books, shattering the school mark in the 10,000. Bob Marks, hockey. Marks made his presence felt during his junior season, helping the Cardinal men's hockey team to their most wins since the 2004-2005 season. The junior defenseman shared the team lead in goals with 10, while adding 7 assists for 17 points, earning honorable mention All-MIAC honors, and was named the team's most valuable player. Will Swigum, basketball. Swigum found himself on the conference postseason podium for the 2nd year in a row, as the sophomore earned honorable mention All-MIAC honors after closing out the season as the Cardinals' offensive leader in both scoring average and rebound. Swigum scored a season-high 23 points against Gustavus on February 15th, 1 point shy of his single-game career best, and eclipsed the 20-point barrier twice, while also boasting a team-best 5 double-doubles.
Please join me in congratulating our finalists for the Male Outstanding Athlete. From baseball, our Male Outstanding Student Athlete is Ben Berkeley. Wow, what a great night. Just congratulations to all of our award winners, to our Hall of Fame inductees, to our outstanding scholar athletes, and to our outstanding student athletes. You truly represent Cardinal pride, and we are proud of you for your accomplishments as athletes, but also as students and as alumni. Thank you to our student athletes, to our coaches, to our alumni, all our family, and all of our fans of Cardinal Athletics. We truly appreciate your support. At this time, this concludes our ceremony. I also ask and remind you that family and friends of all of our Hall of Fame recipients are invited to a post-ceremony reception in the Toner Center Student Lounge. And I also ask that our Hall of Fame inductees, our Scholar Athletes of the Year, and our Outstanding Athletes please meet by the media backdrop in the Hall of Fame room for some photos. Thank you, and have a great night.